Hi everyone, hope you're all right. So this would technically be day 3 of walk with me. Just unfortunately the past couple of days I've been feeling a bit under the weather, and today I have been mad packing, which I absolutely hate doing, but it is part of the experience, I suppose. So I just wanted to come on and talk about realistically the homeschooling environment, or home education environment. Sorry, I will correct myself there. There's quite a lot of stigma over it, and I've been feeling it for the past few days as well. It's something that kind of bothers me. It kind of doesn't. It's a bit hard to explain. Um, we all have our reasons for taking our children out of education, and everyone is perfectly acceptable on those reasonings. What I have found in the community recently is everything has been quite directed at Sen, which is again fully acceptable. I think the thing that's bothering me is that I don't know whether anyone else is feeling this. We've got a child that's not Sen. Yeah, he had an EHCP at school, but he really didn't need it. The reason he had it was because he was dyslexic, and that is perfectly acceptable as well. I think what's kind of bothering me, to be honest, is that we take our kids out of a school system for a reason, because we don't want them put in a box. That's for the majority of us. It might not be for others. That's perfectly fine and acceptable as well. We took Dylan out because I didn't want to put him in a box. They were forcing us to go through different things that we really didn't need to go through. He was just being a boy, being a hyperactive kid that has got loads of energy that needed more stimulation than sitting in front or sitting in a classroom for 8 hours of his life being told what to do. He wanted the adventure. He wanted to explore. He wanted to be outdoors. We did notice a change when he was in school, and he was with an amazing teacher that noticed this and realised his dyslexia after us for fighting for it for years. It's never really affected him. He's not embarrassed about it, and I've always told him not to be, because it is just a fact of life. You see things slightly differently. He suffers with dyslexia with his English, not his maths. His maths is just phenomenal. Anyway, so I being put in a box, and yeah, he he met this teacher, and she took him outside and realized that was where he engaged the most. That was where his passion was. That was where he thrived. That was where he could be himself. I think I've just got I'm struggling with the home education community at the minute, because everything is a box, and it shouldn't be. We've all taken our children out for reasons, whether that be because the school system's failing and whether they don't fit in, whether it's just not for you as a parent anymore. Whether you want to spend time with your child. I see so many posts recently of, oh my God, I'm dreading the 6 weeks, and yeah, I was there. Don't take me wrong, I was there. The first few years with Dylan was really tough because he was just so high energy. But now I thrive. I thrive on each day of seeing him, of being with him, and this current sit that we're on, where we are, I barely see him, and I actually miss him. I miss his company, his comfort, his moaning, his whinging, everything all in a box. I miss that. And I just think I'm really struggling with it, to be fair, because my child's not Sen. So why does he get excluded from a home education community? And that's frustrating me. We've spent 6 weeks in Torquay, and there was nothing for just children that were just children. It was all Sen and everything else. And like I said, I'm not trying to be derogatory with it, because I understand that there is probably a lot more Sen children out there now. But what happens to the ones that just don't fit in? it it's kind of confusing me, to be honest, and I'm kind of feeling a bit lost with it, because it's almost like it's a segregation again on the opposite side of home education. I took my child out because he just it didn't work for him. It didn't work for us. It didn't work as a family. I was not forcing my child in. The day that I got told to force my child in, pretty much butt naked or in his pajamas, and drag him through on a playground through his peers, I realized that just wasn't what I was about, wasn't what he was about, and that was completely unfair. And I would never ever have done that. I just feel like the community is becoming a bit. a bit segregated, a bit this boxes, and we're doing exactly what we've tried to get our children out of. I know a lot of you may disagree with me, and you're fully entitled to your opinions. This isn't an attack on children that need extra, or need to, need that extra and need that extra stimulation. It's not an attack on children that have different needs. At the end of the day, I just feel like the community is becoming something that I didn't sign up for in that sense. I thought it was supposed to be for every child. Yeah, it's kind of got to me today. I've had a bit of a rant at Nathan because I'm like trying to sign him up to activities, and it's like, oh well, he's not sent, so he can't get in, and yeah, it's kind of irritating me, to be honest. Um, yeah, it really is. The home education isn't easy. It's not all bad. It's not all fairy lights, and it's amazing. Some days it is really hard work, and being with your child 24/7 is sometimes really hard work. But I look at it in the fact that I created this little being, and this little being needs me. And when he doesn't need me, it's kind of annoying. But he's growing into a young man now. But I think it's feeling like it's less inclusive. I suppose that's the point that I'm trying to get at. Like I say, I might be barking up the wrong tree, I might be in the wrong groups, but that's what it's feeling at the moment. We world educate, so we go to multiple places, and yeah, we go to multiple places, and